Amazon released an updated Echo Show 5 and an updated Echo Show 8. Not big upgrades, it's really just the camera. But that camera does bring a new smart home feature that we'll talk about at the end. First, let's take a look at what you get with these devices, what's different than the previous generation, do some comparisons, and at the end, we'll talk about whether you should upgrade or buy these as your first Echo Shows. Before I get started, links to all the Echoes can be found in the description. Now let's get these mandatory specs out of the way, starting first with the Echo Show 5. The Echo Show 5 is $84.99 for the regular version or $94.99 for the kids version that includes Amazon Kids Plus. That includes 15,000 videos, audiobooks, and more for $10 more. Might be worth checking out for a year, plus the design's kind of cool. The non-kids version comes in charcoal, glacier white, and this new deep sea blue. I like the blue. It's color without being pastel. You could also get the matching stand. Now the Echo Show 8 received the biggest update with its 13 megapixel camera. This is $124.99. It's available in glacier white and this charcoal color. Not a lot of change with these between the previous generations. When you look at them, you take a look at the camera cutouts to really tell the difference, because that's what's changed. For some people, this is very disappointing. There is no 3.5 millimeter jack on the back of these. It's strictly Bluetooth connection or using a streaming service. Now, neither one of these new Echoes has a Zigbee hub built into it, but you're gonna get the Alexa you know and love. You're going to be able to do all the things you'd come to expect on an Echo. Set a timer, listen to some music, check the weather, watch some video on these, control your smart home, and much more. Speaking of smart home, today's sponsor can help you out. There are so many smart devices out there, but smart versions of coffee machines and smart blinds can be expensive and hard to find. That's where SwitchBot can help with a simple solution. Make the dumb devices you already have smarter. Let SwitchBot push the button for you on your coffee machine in the morning. Place one on the garage door opener to open it from your phone. If you live in an apartment, make your light switches smart without changing anything else. Use the SwitchBot curtain to open the curtains you already have. Now with SwitchBot Mini Hub, SwitchBot devices work with Alexa, Google, and works with Siri shortcuts. That's right, Apple users, you can work these into your smart home automations too. With Prime Day, you can save 30% site-wide from June 21st through June 22nd. Make sure to use my link in the description to take advantage of these huge savings. Let's take a look at the Echo Show 5 first generation next to the second generation. Both of them still have a 5.5 inch 960 by 480 display. It is not HD, but at this size, doesn't really need it. I did find that the second generation screen just looked a little bit greener in its color temperature, but they're so similar. Now for performance, both of these are using the same processor. Really, in using it, you can see that the performance between the two is not really that different. Actually, the first generation sometimes opens up some things faster. Now let's talk about the sound. They both have the same 1.7 inch down-firing speaker that comes out the bottom here, hits, bounces off. This is where a stand could come in handy to elevate it and to get more of that sound. Really no sound difference. Here's a test of it and you could see.
I see a sky with a reindeer car, but I'm not running.
Oh, here you are, face to face in this trashy bar. Another glass and I am going places, makes me laugh.
The only real update is to the camera. It went to a 2 megapixel camera versus 1 megapixel. Would have been nice to see that go to something higher, similar to the Echo Show 8. Since we are doing so many video calls, you can use these for Zoom and Skype. 2 megapixels, that's kind of rough. I think the Echo Show 5 is a great bedside or desktop clock. I really like that it is the only Echo that has a full screen clock, something that people would love to see on the rest of the lineup. Amazon. Next, let's take a look at the Echo Show 8 next to the first generation. Hard to tell these two apart except for that camera cutout that is different, or looking on the back of and the lack of the 3.5 millimeter jack. The displays are the same 1280 by 800 resolution, which is HD, not full HD, but again, it's a smaller device. The difference with the second generation screen is that it has an adaptive color that will get warmer or cooler based on the time of the day. Personally, not a fan of that. It looked too orange using it. The colors between the two, again, a little greener on this. I think I'm a fan of the first generation more, but it looks good. It's a nice little display there. And you can play with that adaptive color and see if you like it. For sound, the second generation 8 has the same 2-inch side firing speaker. Sounds basically the same as the previous generation. Here's a little test so you can hear them.
I see a sky with a reindeer car, but I'm running.
Oh, here you are, face to face in this trashy bar. Another glass and I am going places, makes me laugh.
Now let's talk about performance on these. The second generation 8 does have an updated octa-core processor, which is the same as what's in the Echo Show 10, but this doesn't have the AZ1 chip listed anywhere. That's Amazon's new chip. In using this, I don't know if it's a placebo effect, but I feel like it was a little quicker until it was something that needed the cloud. Once the cloud's involved, that's where your lag starts to happen. But when it seemed to be just toggling through menus and the processor could control that, it seemed like a little step up in speed. Not a lot though. I would love to see Amazon redesign the touch interface and maybe give us a little quicker touch experience out of it. Now the camera has been updated to the 13 megapixel camera that's found in the Echo Show 10 that was released earlier this year. This is a big upgrade from the 1 megapixel camera. Now to put this in perspective, the iPhone front-facing camera is a 12 megapixel camera. This improved camera is a wide-angle camera, and what it'll do is it'll zoom in to keep you within the frame. So if you move around within that, you will stay centered up, and if someone else joins in next to you, it'll widen out and cover both of you. So with all the Zoom calls, Skype, connecting with family, this is a nice little addition. If you do decide to use this for a Zoom call, you will look good. No one will know you're on your Echo, and you can use your computer instead to get other things done, since this is the 4,000th Zoom call this year. How many of you out there have been getting other things done during Zoom calls? You know it. Now let's talk about the new function that was introduced with both of these Echoes and also the Echo Show 10. This new feature is called people detection. It'll identify using the camera when somebody comes into the room. You can use that information to trigger a routine. For example, you come in, lights come on, nice and easy. You can also use that people detection to trigger a routine when no people are detected, which is nice. You want the lights to go off, nobody's in the room? Good. With this people detection, you can limit the hours that it works. So maybe 5 p.m. to midnight, you want the lights to come in if somebody walks into the room. But after midnight, you don't want those lights to trigger. It's easy enough to set up. To set up one of these routines using people detection, what you would do is open up the app, go down to More, select Routines, hit the plus sign in the upper right hand corner, give your routine a name, go to When This Happens, Smart Home, and here at the top I see my Echo Show 5 second generation and Echo Show 8 second generation. I click on those. Here it'll give you a description. Alexa can detect people from sensors on your Echo devices, the Alexa app on your mobile phone, and your interactions with her. Alexa sends this information to the cloud to make decisions about occupancy. So for this one, we'll do people are detected. Hit next. Then I can add an action. I want to control my smart home. I want to turn on one light, my Office 6 light. Hit next. I will just turn it on. There we go. Now, when people are detected, that light will come on. We can change when this action will run. Let's change it so in the evening that light comes on, at 5 o'clock. And then we only want that to run till 12 a.m. Hit next, then hit save. It's letting you know the camera on your Echo Show can detect when people are around to improve features that use occupancy, like routines. We'll hit next. Here's how to check that your camera can detect occupancy. We'll hit done. Now, after setting up routines and testing it for a bit, it's a little touch and go. There is a cooldown period of 7 minutes. And what that means is once a person's detected and a routine happens, it is not going to look for anybody in the room or anybody who had left the room for another 7 minutes. So that means if you walk into a room, you want the lights to just come up because you walk into the bathroom. As soon as you leave, you want them to go off. It's 7 minutes in between. And then once it goes off, if you walk back in there again, there's going to be another 7 minutes. The other issue is these cameras are not really meant for low light. So if it's too dark in a room, it's not going to trigger routine. And that's where the catch can be if you're using it for lights. You want the lights to trigger when it sees you because it's dark in the room, but it doesn't see you because it's dark in the room. With those limitations, I think you have to look at it as a general routine and kind of pick where these things happen. There's a lot of possibilities that don't necessarily depend on light in the room. So play around with it. Let us know in the comments section if you have a good use for it. Another feature with the camera is being able to check in on it. That is a function that has been added to the other Echoes. If you go in the app, select your devices, then pick camera, you can see the Echo shows that are set up so that you can actually check in on those cameras. Only problem is that if it's low light, you may not see anything. Also, angle could play a part. So that's where a stand could come in handy to kind of get it angled so you could see your place better. Really, it is a nice little kind of bonus check-in thing, but I wouldn't consider it a security device and count on it in that way. Now, for safety and privacy, there are settings in here that you could turn on that the camera will not come into focus for an initial period of time, so that if someone is on the other end, they can stop you from being able to see what's on the camera. Also, on the screen, it will clearly show you that somebody is remotely accessing this camera. So there's no spying or sneaking the camera on. Something to note, there is no on-device recording, no cloud recording with these cameras. It really is just an opportunity to check in or take advantage of the new cameras to trigger routines. Now, one of the things that's great about these Echo devices is these shutters right here. There's a physical shutter to let you know that no one can see you. You can't remotely slide a shutter. So I do appreciate that. In our bedroom, we just keep the shutter closed. Both of these Echoes are not huge updates. It's really those cameras and people detection. And if you don't need that as someone who already owns maybe one of the previous versions, it may not be worth going out and buying one. But if you choose to buy one of these two as your first Echoes, they're great devices. I've always liked them. Again, this is great for next year. Bed. This is the Echo that I recommend to people because I think this gives you the greatest Alexa assistant experience with that screen. You can enjoy content, you can enjoy music, you can enjoy the visual side of interacting with Alexa at a great price point. The 8-inch screen is a good size. Both of these Echoes really could have used a little bit of a screen update. The interface is still a little slow and one of the weakest points of the Echo lineup. Really hope Amazon gets a nice little dashboard that works better than what's currently there. Something to also consider as I'm making this video, take a look at the previous generations. There are some great savings going with the previous generation, and knowing that if the camera isn't what you're looking for, you can save some good money now. Now, if you're thinking about upgrading, it may not be compelling enough. Are you using an Echo Show? If so, which one? Now, if you made it this far, please give this video a thumbs up. It helps it get recommended to more people. Next, make sure to check out this video over here for some more great information for your Echo world. I'll see you over there. Thanks for watching. Bye.